right, so today we are diving deep into the 2025 Rivian R1S.
Yeah. Yeah.
This electric SUV.
Right.
It's making a lot of noise in the EV world.
It is.
And we wanted to really get into all the details of it. So we've got a whole stack of articles and reviews.
Yeah, we've got a lot of material to cover.
Yeah, and we're going to try to cover it all. Price, performance.
Oh, yeah. We're going to hit all the big ones.
Tech sustainability, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely.
Buckle up. It's going to be a long ride.
What's really interesting to me about the R1S is Rivian doesn't seem to be going after just your typical EV buyer.
Oh, interesting.
It seems like they're going after a whole new breed of driver.
Okay.
Someone that wants to go off-roading one day and show up at a gala the next.
Yeah.
All while being eco-conscious.
Yeah, and that seems to be resonating with people.
It does.
Over 70% of electric vehicle buyers
Wow.
consider Rivian a top choice for green travel.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive for a company that's relatively new to the game.
Absolutely.
But style and sustainability
Mm-hmm.
usually comes at a price.
It does.
What are we looking at for the R1S?
Well, you can get into a base model for around $70,000.
Okay.
That'll get you a lot of the core features. But if
Okay.
you want to go all out,
Yeah.
top trim levels,
Right.
you're looking at closer to $90,000.
Okay, so not exactly an impulse buy?
No, not quite.
What makes those higher trim levels worth the extra cash, though?
Right.
Are we just talking cosmetic upgrades?
It's more than just cosmetic upgrades.
Okay.
The different trim levels actually offer different battery sizes and motor configurations.
Okay.
So you're not just paying for leather seats and a panoramic sunroof.
Right.
You're getting performance enhancements as well.
So how does that translate into real-world performance then?
Sure.
What kind of range are we talking about here?
So the R1S can get over 300 miles on a single charge.
Wow.
Think about that. You
That's
could
long.
tackle your weekly errands and still have enough juice for a weekend getaway.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
No more range anxiety with this one.
It seems that way.
So what happens when you do need to recharge it, though?
Well, the R1S supports fast charging.
Okay.
So you can get back on the road pretty quickly.
All right.
But here's where things get really exciting.
Okay.
This SUV can go from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds.
Hold on, under 3 seconds.
Yep.
That's putting some sports cars to shame.
It is.
What is this, a secret muscle car disguised as an SUV?
It's the magic of electric motors.
Oh, okay.
Instant torque gives you that incredible acceleration.
Wow.
But the R1S isn't just about on-road performance. It's built for adventure, too.
Okay.
We're talking four-wheel drive,
Yeah.
high ground clearance,
Okay.
the ability to wade through water up to 3.3 feet deep.
Okay, now I'm picturing myself conquering a mountain trail and then cruising to a fancy brunch in this thing.
Why not?
But let's shift gears for a second and step inside.
Okay.
What's the interior experience like?
Imagine a blend of luxury and sustainability.
Okay.
You've got heated and ventilated seats.
Nice.
Premium audio system,
Oh, I like that.
spacious cabin,
Uh-huh.
and it's all crafted with eco-friendly materials.
So you can feel good about driving it, and it feels good to drive.
That's the idea.
But let's talk tech.
Okay.
What kind of gadgets and gizmos can we expect in this futuristic SUV?
Oh, well, the R1S comes with a large touchscreen display, digital instrument cluster,
Right.
a whole suite of advanced driver assistance systems.
Okay.
So that's things like adaptive cruise control and lane centering.
But those systems are becoming pretty common these days.
They are?
What makes the R1S's technology stand out?
I think it's not just about having those features.
Okay.
It's about how they're implemented.
Right.
For example, the adaptive cruise control in the R1S,
Yeah.
it's not just about maintaining a set distance.
Right.
It also takes into account things like traffic flow, upcoming curbs, and it's trying to provide a smoother and more intuitive driving experience.
So it's not just keeping you safe.
Right.
It's actually making driving more enjoyable.
Exactly.
That's a pretty neat trick.
I think so.
So what powers all this tech?
Well, the R1S is built on a high-performance computing platform,
Okay.
and that ensures seamless connectivity, navigation, and most importantly, over-the-air software updates.
So your R1S will essentially be learning and evolving over time.
Yeah, always up to date.
That is pretty cool.
It is.
We've talked performance, interior, and tech.
We have. But what about the exterior design?
Yeah, the R1S definitely has a modern, almost futuristic aesthetic.
Okay.
It's got an angular front grille,
Yeah.
sleek LED headlights, aerodynamic wheels.
So it's not just about looking cool, though, right?
Yeah.
It's about function as well.
Exactly.
I think
Elements like that front grille.
Yeah.
They're designed to improve airflow and reduce drag.
Which ultimately contributes to that impressive range.
Form and function, I like it.
Yeah, it's a good combination.
And what about safety features?
Well, Rivian hasn't skimped on safety.
Good.
The R1S comes standard with features like lane departure warning, blind spot detection,
Okay.
automatic emergency braking.
Those are pretty standard these days.
They are becoming more and more common.
But what about those advanced driver assistance systems we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Are they just bells and whistles?
I don't think so.
Or do they actually make a difference in terms of safety?
These systems go beyond just the basic alerts.
Okay.
They use cameras, radar, and sensors to actively assist the driver.
Right.
The adaptive cruise control can adjust your speed based on traffic flow. And that lane centering feature can help you stay in your lane,
Yeah.
even on winding roads.
Okay, so they're pretty sophisticated systems.
We are.
But how do these safety features actually translate into real-world ratings?
Well, the R1S has earned top safety ratings.
Oh, wow. From both the NHTSA and the IIHS,
Wow, that's impressive.
which are two of the most respected safety organizations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are pretty impressive credentials.
Yeah, they are.
But it seems like Rivian's commitment to safety goes beyond just those standard and advanced features.
I think so, too.
What else is there?
They seem to be taking a more holistic approach to safety.
Okay.
It's not just about protecting you in the event of a crash. It's also about preventing those crashes from happening in the first place.
Right.
They've designed the R1S with a number of features that aim to do just that.
So it's a pretty smart approach.
I think so.
But I'm curious how they approach sustainability.
Yeah.
Is it just about being electric?
Well, Rivian's commitment to sustainability goes beyond just using an electric powertrain.
Okay.
They're focused on reducing their carbon footprint throughout the entire life cycle of the vehicle.
Interesting.
So they're using recyclable materials,
Uh-huh.
implementing eco-friendly manufacturing practices.
Right. And they're even working to develop a closed-loop battery recycling program.
So it's about minimizing their environmental impact
Yeah.
at every stage of the game.
At every stage.
That's a pretty comprehensive approach.
It is.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
The R1S,
Mm-hmm.
it's entering a market that's becoming increasingly crowded.
For sure.
How does it stack up against the competition?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
And to answer it, I think we need to take a deeper dive into what sets the R1S apart from the pack.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. I mean, the electric SUV market is getting pretty crowded these days.
It is.
You've got the established players like Tesla and Ford,
Right.
and then you have a whole bunch of new startups trying to make their mark.
So what makes the R1S stand out in this competitive landscape?
I think it really comes down to a unique combination of factors.
Okay.
The R1S offers impressive range,
Mm-hmm.
advanced technology, a design that manages to be both rugged and stylish,
Right.
and of course that strong commitment to sustainability we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it sounds like a compelling package.
It does.
But let's break it down a bit further.
Sure.
Let's start with range.
Okay.
How does the R1S compare to other electric SUVs in that department?
With over 300 miles on a single charge,
Yeah.
the R1S surpasses many of its rivals.
Wow, okay.
That kind of range gives you the flexibility to embark on longer road trips
Yeah.
without constantly hunting for charging stations.
That's a huge advantage,
It is.
especially for those who like to venture off the beaten path.
Right?
But range is only part of the equation.
Hmm.
How does the R1S perform when it comes to, performance?
The R1S is no slouch when it comes to performance.
All right.
I mean, we already touched on that impressive 0 to 60 time of under 3 seconds.
Right.
But it's not just about straight line speed.
Yeah.
This SUV handles incredibly well,
Wow.
thanks in part to its low center of gravity and advanced suspension system.
So it's nimble and agile despite its size.
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't expect that from an SUV designed to go off-road.
It's a testament to Rivian's engineering.
Interesting.
They've managed to create a vehicle that's both capable and composed,
Yeah.
whether you're navigating city streets or tackling a challenging trail.
Sounds like they've struck a balance
I think they have.
between on-road refinement and off-road prowess.
For sure.
But we can't forget about design.
Right.
How would you describe the R1S's aesthetic?
Okay.
And how does it compare to other electric SUVs on the market?
The R1S has a distinctive look that sets it apart from the crowd.
Okay.
It's modern and sleek, with a hint of futurism. The sharp lines, angular grille, and signature LED lighting.
Yeah.
Give it a bold presence.
It definitely sounds like it has a unique personality.
It does.
It's not trying to blend in.
No.
But let's circle back to sustainability for a moment.
Sure.
How does Rivian's approach differ from other automakers who are also embracing electric vehicles?
Right.
I mean, we hear a lot about sustainability these days.
We do.
Is Rivian walking the walk?
I think what sets Rivian apart is their commitment to sustainability.
Okay.
Throughout the entire life cycle of the vehicle. They're not just focused on reducing emissions during operation.
Right.
They're also taking steps to minimize their environmental impact during manufacturing,
Okay.
sourcing materials responsibly, and even planning for end-of-life recycling.
So they're thinking about the bigger picture.
I think so.
It sounds like they're taking a more holistic, long-term view of sustainability.
Absolutely.
It's not just a marketing buzzword for them.
No, it's not.
But with all these strengths, the R1S has to have some weaknesses, right?
Well, you're right.
No vehicle is perfect.
Every vehicle has its trade-offs.
Right.
And one potential drawback of the R1S is its price tag.
Okay.
Starting at $70,000 for the base model.
Yeah.
It's a significant investment,
Right.
especially compared to some other electric SUVs on the market.
That's a considerable hurdle for many potential buyers.
It is.
But is it fair to compare the R1S to every other electric SUV out there?
That's a good point.
It seems to be in a category of its own.
I think so.
So it's more about value than simply price.
Exactly.
Buyers are getting a lot for their money,
They are.
even if the initial investment is higher.
It's about what you prioritize.
Right.
If you're looking for the most affordable electric SUV on the market,
Yeah.
the R1S probably isn't for you.
Okay.
But if you're seeking a vehicle that pushes the boundaries of performance, technology, and sustainability,
Right.
then the R1S starts to make a lot of sense.
It sounds like Rivian is betting that there's a market for that kind of discerning buyer.
I think they are.
But are there any other potential drawbacks we should be aware of aside from the price?
Well, one thing to consider is that Rivian is a relatively new company.
Okay.
They haven't been around as long as some of the more established automakers.
So there could be some uncertainty about long-term reliability
Sure.
and resale value.
Yeah,
Those are important factors to consider for such a significant investment.
those are valid concerns. However, it's worth noting that Rivian has received positive feedback so far for its build quality and customer service. And as they continue to grow and refine their production processes,
Yeah.
I think any initial concerns about reliability are likely to diminish.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's always a bit of a leap of faith with a newer company.
It is.
But Rivian seems to be off to a promising start.
I think so.
But let's shift gears for a moment.
Sure,
We've talked a lot about the R1S's off-road capabilities.
we have.
But realistically, how many people are actually going to take this thing off-roading?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
Like, is this just a marketing gimmick or?
Right. Not everyone who buys an SUV uses it to its full potential.
Right.
But I think there's a certain appeal to having that capability,
Okay.
even if you only use it occasionally.
It's like that old saying, it's better to have it and not need it
Exactly.
than to need it and not have it.
Right. Yeah. And even if you don't plan on tackling extreme off-road trails, the R1S's capabilities can prove useful in everyday situations.
Okay. Like what?
Think about navigating snowy or icy roads,
Okay.
dealing with unexpected detours on unpaved roads,
Yeah.
or even just having that extra ground clearance for parking in challenging spots.
Those are all practical considerations.
They are.
It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
Right.
Ready to tackle whatever life throws your way.
Exactly.
But as we delve deeper into the R1S,
Mm-hmm.
I keep coming back to this idea
Yeah.
of it being more than just a vehicle.
I'm intrigued. What are you thinking?
I'm wondering if the R1S is a reflection of a changing mindset,
Okay.
a shift in how we view vehicles and their role in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about getting from point A to point B anymore.
That's an interesting observation. What makes you think that?
Well, we've talked about how the R1S blurs the lines between luxury and ruggedness.
We have.
It's designed for both sophisticated city driving
Yeah.
and adventurous off-road excursions.
It seems to be catering to a lifestyle that embraces both comfort and exploration,
Exactly.
challenging traditional notions of what an SUV should be.
Yeah, it's about pushing boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
both literally and figuratively.
Right.
It's about not being confined by categories.
It's almost like the R1S is a statement piece
Right.
a reflection of the driver's values and aspirations.
Yeah.
It's saying, I'm not afraid to be different. I want it all.
It's about having a vehicle that aligns with your lifestyle and your worldview.
It's an extension of your personality,
Right.
not just a mode of transportation.
I think you've hit on something important here.
Yeah.
We're seeing a shift in consumer preferences,
Okay.
a desire for products that are not just functional, but also meaningful.
It's not just about keeping up with the Joneses anymore.
Right.
It's about choosing products that reflect your values,
Yeah.
your commitment to sustainability, your sense of adventure.
And the R1S seems to embody those values in a tangible way.
I think so.
It's not just a vehicle. It's a statement.
It's a statement about who you are and what you believe in.
Right. And that's a powerful message to send
It is.
in a world that's often focused on superficiality.
It's about making choices that align with your heart and your head.
Right.
It's about choosing a vehicle that makes you feel good about yourself and your impact on the world.
It's about looking beyond the shiny exterior and considering the substance beneath.
And that brings us to a crucial question.
Okay.
Is the R1S simply a really cool electric SUV?
Yeah.
Or is it something more?
So we were talking about how the R1S seems to be more than just a vehicle.
Yeah, it really does make you think.
Like it represents
Yeah.
almost a shift in how we think about cars
Yeah,
and their place in our lives.
absolutely.
It's like challenging the traditional idea of a status symbol.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like usually
Right.
luxury cars are all about showing off wealth,
Yeah,
but the R1S seems to represent a different kind of status.
like a different set of values.
Yeah, it's more about aligning yourself with values like sustainability,
Right.
innovation, and adventure.
It's like saying I'm the kind of person who cares about the planet,
Yeah.
embraces new technology,
Uh-huh.
and isn't afraid to explore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a status that's earned, not bought.
I like that.
And the vehicle itself kind of reflects that
Yeah.
the R1S isn't flashy or over the top.
Right.
It's sophisticated, but understated.
It's making a statement without shouting.
Yeah, it's more like a quiet confidence.
Exactly.
And that message seems to be resonating
It does.
with a growing number of people.
Yeah, we're seeing a shift in what consumers want.
Yeah.
They're looking for products that have meaning, not just functionality.
Yeah. And it's not just about the product itself.
Right.
It's about the company behind it.
Yeah,
It's about supporting brands that align with your personal values.
absolutely.
And that's where Rivian's commitment to sustainability becomes even more important.
It does.
It's not just a marketing tactic.
Yeah. Right. A fundamental part of who they are as a company.
Like it's baked into their DNA.
Yeah, they're not just building cars,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to build a better future.
And I think that message is especially appealing to younger generations
Oh, yeah, for sure.
who are more environmentally and social conscious.
Yeah, they want to support companies
Right,
that are making a positive impact.
Absolutely.
And Rivian seems to fit the bill.
They do.
Yeah, it's like they figured out the secret to modern luxury.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not about excess anymore.
Right.
It's about making conscious choices
Yeah.
that reflect your values
Mm-hmm.
and contribute to a better world.
I think that's a really good point.
So maybe the R1S isn't just a cool electric SUV.
Yeah.
It's a sign of a shift in the automotive industry,
Mm.
a move towards sustainability innovation,
Right.
and a more thoughtful approach to consumption.
Yeah, it's a hopeful glimpse into a future where we can enjoy driving without sacrificing our principles
Right.
or harming the planet. It's definitely exciting to see companies like Rivian pushing the boundaries
It is.
and challenging the status quo.
But it does make you wonder,
Yeah.
will other automakers follow their lead?
Right.
Or will they cling to outdated ideas of what it means to be luxurious?
That's a question we'll have to wait to see answered.
I guess so.
But ultimately, it's up to us as consumers to decide what kind of future we want to support.
Yeah, will we choose brands that prioritize profit over principles?
Right.
Or will we embrace a new era of driving that's defined by sustainability, innovation, and a commitment to something bigger than ourselves?
The choice is ours.
It is.
And that's something we're thinking about as we wrap up our deep dive into the 2025 Rivian R1S.
Yeah, great discussion.
We hope you enjoyed exploring this fascinating vehicle with us, and we'll see you next time for another insightful journey into the world of knowledge and ideas.